Hey, Joe, you want to play trivia?
What's that, Alan?
You want to play trivia?
No, Alan.
Really?
Okay, what's the question, Alan?
What kind of motorcycle does Matt Smith have?
Matt Smith has a Suzuki.
Matt Smith brought out a Buell for the final round.
Is that even legal?
Absolutely, it's legal. Don't
Wow.
you remember when Steve Torrance brought out a backup car in the middle of the race because he crashed?
Yeah, I guess it works with the bikes too. Why did he do such a
You
thing?
are allowed to change during the race
Drama.
one time. You heard what Matt said at the top end of the racetrack after the last run. The first thing he said is, I'm not that stupid. I know how to tune one of these things. The next thing he said is, something's wrong with the engine. We're going to have to go back and fix it. They went back to the pits, realized we can't win with this motorcycle, and he is perfectly within his rights to bring a backup bike out of the trailer to run the final round, and that's exactly what he did. So now, remember this from another little piece of Houston trivia. This will be the first time in history that we had 4 Suzukis in the semifinals and a Suzuki and a Buell in the final. You just don't get that anywhere else. Now, for Matt Smith, we're talking about the bike that won the championship last year. And he does not make this move lightly. He has dedicated himself to figuring out a Suzuki project and making it run at the front of the class. But on this day, he simply figured, I can't win with a broken motorcycle. I've got a championship motorcycle in the trailer. Let's bring it out. And that's what he did. Pro stock motorcycle, final round in the water box. Steve Johnson, who has been crushing them all day long on his Slick 50 Suzuki. Tipping the cap to Mac Rack and the rest of the guys that help him. And Matt Smith, who just rolled this bike out of the trailer, dusted it off, and figured, I got to try something. If Matt wins this race, his legend will increase. Simply for, what kind of stones does it take to go back in the final round? You'll have no practice, no warm-up, no nothing, to drag another bike out of the trailer for one shot for the trophy, and going up against Steve Johnson, who absolutely, positively has the baddest Suzuki here this weekend. He has reset the track record a couple of times for the trophy in pro stock motorcycle. These two have raced in the final 4 times. Matt won 3 of them. You remember the one Steve won? How about Indy, where they reversed the call the week after the race? That's the only time Steve Johnson has ever beat Matt Smith in a final round. Matt's giving him a run for this money. 672, Steve Johnson, don't care what kind of bike you bring. 199.91 for the speed. Matt Smith goes 6.811, 200 miles an hour. Matt Smith took the best shot he figured he had. 681, 200 miles an hour. He comes up short. And Steve Johnson, 671 early in the day, 672 in the final round. As you take another look at it, Matt went to extreme to try to win this race, and it didn't happen. For Steve Johnson, it is win number 12 in his career, and I guarantee you he'll remember this one just as much as he remembers the Indy win that was reversed a week later. Steve Johnson has made a statement this weekend. 6.720.